Hey you guys, so today's video is going to be on this nice kind of like structured look. It's inspired by Nikki_makeup, which is one of my favorite makeup artists on Instagram and in real life. Okay, great. But today's video is also to introduce you to my special new friend. This brow pencil from Hourglass. So this is the Arch Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil. I talked about it in a recent video, but we're gonna go a little bit more in depth. I'm gonna tell you guys all about it. This pencil launches from Hourglass on July 19th at every Hourglass retailer. There's 9 shades of this guy total. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna tell you all about it later in the video when we're moving on to our brows. But today's video is sponsored by Hourglass, so thank you so much, Hourglass, for sponsoring me. Thank you to you guys for supporting me, as always. Without any further ado, I think we can just hit the road. We can do this together. Okay, great. God, I love a close-up first thing in the morning. Nothing quite like it, truly. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I posted a photo to my Instagram of a makeup that was inspired by Nikki_makeup, which I love her. I've loved her for years. She's the only love I've ever known. So that was the look there. What I liked about this is that it was smoky but still kind of like structured and graphic, and I like that that eyeliner doesn't kind of connect fully on the bottom, and I think it just makes it like this really cool kind of like unique look. I think this will look great on me because clearly I look exactly like this woman, so it'll be great. It's uncanny really how similar we look. I'm gonna do this a little bit differently than I did it last time. Last time did like a really big winged eyeliner with it, but I kind of wanted to do it a little bit softer like it is here. So I'm gonna start actually by doing my liner rather than starting with my eyeshadow, which is what I did last time. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put down a little bit of concealer, just putting down my Becca under eye corrector. And then I'm just gonna blend out a little bit of concealer, and then I'll be really careful while I'm doing my eyeshadow. Probably. Now, I'm taking my Nude Sticks eye pencil in the color Immortal, and I'm going to bring that, ooh, I feel nervous. Okay, I'm gonna bring that onto my, let's start with this outer corner. Did she even really bring it into that waterline? Not really. Okay, I'm gonna start underneath my outer corner. And I'm gonna bring it out kind of like in a little wing-ish shape, and then I can bring it onto my top lash line. You know, just like that. Ooh, then I can use this big old brush for that. Hold on. Oh, actually, I wonder if this brush would work well. I'm gonna use this. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Sigma E57 brush and see how it works for doing this thing that I'm trying to do. Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna take this brush and basically buff over top of that pencil just to get like a good guideline going of what I'm looking for here. This doesn't need to be like really dark and intense. I just want to have kind of like a general shape put down. And then I'm going to take that into my inner corner. This is kind of big for an inner corner, but we're going to go for it. So I'm not going to connect it completely in the middle there, and we'll go in and darken this up probably with a different liner, but I want to kind of buff this out with a lighter color first. And then same thing, I'm taking that shader brush. Okay, and while that's nice and light, we can kind of like look in a mirror and make sure that those are all lined up as good as they could be, which is not very good. Okay, now I'm gonna take my Natasha Denona Biba palette. I'm gonna pick up that color Seed, which is just the darkest brown. And then I'm gonna grab my Sigma E21 brush and just kind of dip a little bit of that in there and tap off the excess because we're trying to do this on top of concealer, which is frightening. Thunderbolts of lightning. Very, very frightening. It's a Freddie Mercury joke. Okay, and I'm just basically tapping that product over top of where we put that little smudge line and going underneath that outer corner. And then I'm taking that other little brush that I had and blending that out even more. Oh, this is like super drawn out. Okay, hold on. Let's just go even further. Whoop, like that, okay. And then we can use mostly that second brush to kind of blend it out even further. Do I look like a supermodel? Not quite. We're not quite there yet. Now what I'm gonna do is take this little tiny baby brush from Hakuhodo. I don't know the number because it doesn't say the number. So it's a secret. And I'm gonna take that same brown color and I'm just going to take it on the very tippity top of that brush and hope for the best. I'm gonna kind of sketch out where I want that eyeshadow to go. So I'm bringing it into that inner corner. Oh, maybe I'll take this fun brush. Okay, I'm gonna take a Sigma E68 brush and I'm gonna dip that very lightly into a brown color. And I'm going to hold that completely perpendicular to my eye and try and draw out my crease in this fashion. Okay, so we have this general shape taking place here. Maybe I'll take this little brush. I'm gonna take a little e.l.f. detail crease brush and I'm gonna grab the color. Well, I just don't know. I'm just gonna grab kind of like a light beigey brown color on that little brush and then I'm going to blend over top of this. This will come together in the end, you guys. Just have some faith, okay? And then I'm bringing that kind of onto the inner corner there because we are going to sort of like blow out that. That's gonna look so not great on me. Yeah, whatever, it's too late. We've already committed. Okay, I'm gonna take a Sigma E47 brush and I'm gonna dip into a slightly darker brown. I'm using Cocoa from that Natasha Denona palette and I'm just taking a little bit of that to help blend out this darker brown. I'm not wanting to blend it out like really, really far and make it really smoky. We're keeping it a little bit more structured, but we also don't want to look like crazy people. Now I'm gonna take a Volair E07 brush and I'm gonna take that color Tusk and I'm gonna go just above where we blended everything out and kind of blend down into that eyeshadow. And then I'm taking a Smith 230 brush with a slightly darker beige and just going over that whole thing one last time here. Just taking a light kind of highlight shade and tapping that over everything in the center there to just give it a nice faded look. Okay, now I'm just gonna take a little angle brush in that color Seed, which is the darkest brown, and I'm just going to press that into my lash line across the top there. Okay, I'm just gonna take this Urban Decay liner in the color Whiskey, and I'm going to bring that into my inner corner just to darken that up a little bit. And then I can bring it right onto that outer corner too. And then I'm gonna take my little Sigma smudgy brush and I'm going to smudge it. And then I'm just smoking out that color on the outer corner a little bit more with a little e.l.f. detail brush. Okay, just grabbing an even lighter shade, and then I'm going to grab that on my little shader brush. And I'm going to push that onto the center of that lower lid. And that's really all she wrote for that eyeshadow. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes to put on my mascara. And then I'm gonna be using my Hourglass Caution Mascara. You guys already know, you know my feelings about this. I love this mascara, I love the formula. I love that it doesn't flake or run or anything like that. And right now I'm getting to like the bottom of the barrel of this tube right now. That's when a mascara is my favorite. This may actually end up being my wedding mascara. Am I gonna cry? Don't know yet. We'll see. Usually I only need to do about 1 coat of that. It usually makes my lashes pretty thick, like on first approach there. So I'm gonna leave that here. I'm gonna carry on to the rest of the face, and then we can, you know, jump back to nothing. We're not jumping back to anything. The eyes are done because I already did my concealer. Cool. Okay, so moving on to the face, I'm going to be using my Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. So I'm using the color Shell, and I'm just going to grab it. I'm just going to grab it right from the tube onto my little brush so I can get a little bit of a sheer application, and then bring that onto the skin. I like to start with this one kind of like towards the center of the face and then blend outwards. I like this one because you don't need a whole lot of product, and it's a really, really quick application for me to just kind of grab it like that and quickly buff it out all over my skin. And it still gives you a really like skin-like finish. It doesn't look super heavy or cakey or anything like that. I don't prefer applying that one like directly onto my skin just because my skin's a little bit drier, it's a little bit more textured. So I always kind of transfer it first to either a sponge for smaller areas or a little brush. I like the formula of that foundation because it warms up really easily and nicely on the skin, so it blends out like super seamlessly. I'm gonna put on a little bit more concealer just because I feel like I need it. I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit lower and kind of blend upwards. Then I'm gonna set that concealer using my Hourglass Veil Powder. I mean, said it once, said it a million times. This is my favorite powder. Never going back to any other powder. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that on my brush, tap off that excess. You don't need very much. And I'm just going to press that underneath my eyes. I like this powder because it doesn't go cakey on your skin. It stays like a really, really nice thin veil. Hence the name. Okay, great. It just does what it needs to do, and this is a powder where if I was ever going to powder my whole face, I would use this one because it even stays feeling nice. It doesn't feel super dry or anything like that. I'm just gonna apply a quick coat of my Caution mascara to my bottom lashes, and then we're gonna move on to the star of the show. Okay, I'm moving you guys in a little bit closer. First chef's kiss of the video. I talked about this product in one of my most recent videos, but this is a new guy from Hourglass. It's very exciting. So this is their new Arch Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil. It's very petite. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a huge brow pencil kind of person these days, you know? I feel like I would just basically be drawing on Sharpie brows, and it wasn't a good look. What I really like about this one is, I don't even know how I'm gonna show you this. It's like the tiniest little thing ever. So this is so small. I have been trying to show this on camera and I don't know how to do it, but it has this kind of like thinness to it. It's not a round shape. It's more of like a super thin kind of oval, which is really, really great because you're able to get more hair-like strokes, which is perfect. I feel like with brow pencils I've used in the past, I would kind of start with really good intentions of doing hair-like strokes, and then at the end I'd be like, forget it, and I would just kind of like pencil it in. But because of that shape of the tip, you can get way thinner, like kind of nice hair strokes with it. So let's do that. So I just put a little soap through my brows just to kind of get them all standing up, looking nice. And now I'm gonna go through and do little strokes with this guy. Did I say I'm using the color blonde? I can't remember. Anyways, I'm using the color blonde. I like that it has a little bit of warmth to it, but not a ton. Because my actual brow hairs naturally are cool toned. Not even cool toned, they're like gray. So I like that this has a tiny little bit of warmth to it, but it's not like red. Then I'm gonna take the little spoolie side and I'm just going to brush through those strokes. I love this little baby spoolie, it's so perfect. Because I don't like when brow products have like huge spoolies on the end kind of thing, because I'm trying to brush out the product. So on this little baby tail end, I just don't have that much real estate to give, you know? So you guys can kind of see the difference here. I like that it still looks nice and natural. It doesn't look like a really overdone brow, which is really nice. So we're just adding a little bit more kind of structure, but not going like over the top or anything. Okay, now to make these eyebrows match. We'll just see how this goes. This formula is also pretty long wearing for me, which is nice during the summer because I am sweating. During the winter, using a powder is like totally fine and lovely for me. But sometimes I will switch to something a little bit more kind of long wearing for these harsh summer climates. I also just have this one little area where product wasn't sticking to anymore. It's right here. I don't know if you guys have that in your eyebrow, but I'm getting pretty sick of it. So you guys can just kind of see with those finished brows, the look looks a lot less like intense and kind of crazy person looking because you have that nice kind of structured brow to balance it out. It's a necessity, frankly, for me. Let's finish off the rest of this face, shall we? Okay, I'm gonna take my Westman Atelier Biscuit contour stick and I'm just gonna slap that on. What I'm not gonna do is have really structured face makeup. I like to pair more structured looks with a little bit like softer skin kind of thing. I just think it's a nice, I don't know, it's a nice thing because I feel like if your contour looks really, really structured as well, and then you have like these super structured brows and super structured eye look, it's a little much, you know? So we're gonna keep it nice and light. Am I getting sick? It kind of sounds like it. Gosh. I'm not going to apply blush. Am I? Maybe I will. I didn't want to, but hold on, let me see what this supermodel's wearing. Maybe she has a little on. I don't want to, I don't think. I'm not going to apply blush. I'm sticking to my guns. I kind of like the idea of the skin being a little bit more kind of like monochromatic. I don't know why. It just is how I feel today. Kuma girl, you stop this nonsense right now. I am talking to you. There she is. Her back at least. Show them your nice face instead. No, not today. Okay, I have to finish this video. Sure, that looks great. Okay, I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for Superstar Youth Glow, and I'm going to bring that down my cheekbones and just stipple that on. Ooh, I'm gonna take a little bit of that down my nose, why not? And here. Okay, I'm gonna use my Hourglass gloss in the color Enchant, which is a nice kind of, sort of like a baby pink color. And then I'm gonna go blow dry my hair for the intro and outro. The hair is complete, okay? The look is complete. Everything's just really pulled together here. Was looking a little iffy in the beginning. It turned out all right. That's what my mom says about me, at least. All right, you guys, that is everything for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again to Hourglass for sponsoring today's video. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.